right, good morning, Executive Committee. We'll go ahead and get started. Tanya?
Great. Don't have a whole lot on the agenda this time unless we forgot something. The usual business, all of that. Under discussion items, I have two items. One is the draft work program. So I will have a list of items that were discussed as to bring to you and make sure that it's what y'all want for your work program. I'm doing it from, it's really going to cover from July of 2020 through June of 2022. So what you already were doing, because you didn't actually do one, we didn't do one for this year because of the COVID. Also, we'll be announcing, it's under discussion items, but there won't really be a discussion. Just announcement of the slate of officers. It's kind of strange. The bylaws say you have to announce them 30 days before the April meeting. At the April meeting, there's the opportunity to, for somebody else to decide to be on, be in the running, and then you actually vote in May. So I will put it on the agenda as your official notice by writing.
Okay.
Under follow-up items, staff, and it doesn't have to be in this order. I'll probably switch it around actually and do follow-up items later, but staff is going to just give y'all a quick update on the recent rezoning cases that have been before you. What Planning Commission's vote was, if a public hearing was scheduled with City Council, etc., just so you know what's happening there. Under action items, I will have a slightly revised demolition by neglect procedure. We'll be adding the procedure for what to do when there is a property that is in a historic overlay district that doesn't have an active neighborhood association, or for an individual landmark. It was discussed at the COA committee. Basically, it'll be similar, but it's a way for how to do it if there isn't a neighborhood association identifying properties that might be undergoing demolition by neglect. I'm also suggesting that we add a vote on applying for a grant for the African American, the architectural survey update on African American history, because if we do get the grant, then it'll be an expenditure of funds. It'll come back when we have a deeper scope, but I wanted to get at least a nod. Research committee is, I guess it'll technically be coming from research committee, but I didn't tell Ian that I was going to put it on here for a vote. So I decided that at the last minute. It's like, we need to do this the right way. And then under unified development ordinance reviews, we've got one demolition by neglect case that's coming, well, it's coming back, 419 North Person Street last month. You voted to defer a decision to see how work was going. So it's back up for y'all to discuss and decide if you want to continue watching or if you wanted to vote to move forward. The rezoning case on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard will be back because with their new conditions, that's the one that's on the corner, I think, what, Ellis and MLK? Anyway, now they're saying that they are going to demolish the building, and so their conditions reflect that. So since that's not what they were proposing when you saw it before, staff thinks you should see it again. Thoughts? Do you agree?
Yeah, I suppose so, since that may generate some additional discussion since they're talking about demolishing the building. Okay.
There are no recombinations or recorded plats or right-of-way closures, no historic landmark designation applications or National Register nominations, and then there's the committee reports. And And then under other business, I'll have a teeny tiny thing under report of staff. There, for those of you who've been around for a while, you do know that the commission can't, advocate for things like that are happening in the legislature or things that are going to be voted on. I wanted to bring it up just because the policy from City Council was brought to the attention of the new planning and development director, and he wanted to make sure that staff knew about it. And I figured it's a good opportunity just to bring it up and let the entire commission know that that it is a city policy. I'm not sure. I think some of the new folks may not be aware of it. And that's all. Is there anything specific that you want us to list under each of the committees? Like on community awareness, I'll mention the scavenger hunt, because that'll be the big topic of discussion. May also talk about the website a little bit. Don't really have much of an update other than the fix to rhcc.org. The patch was done, and now it is as functional as it's ever going to be, given how many days there were
like 30 something patches available and single digits able to be patched.
Right. Basically, because it's an open source software, and because it's like 3 versions behind, developers are not updating everything. So we've got a little bit of time to make a decision, but not forever.
Tanya, for the demolition by neglect case, we did not specify the last business meeting how we're going to monitor it. Is there, it looks like Nick just popped in, so maybe he can answer this, but
Great.
Would he and John go back out for another site visit?
Yeah, they can go out for a site visit. I mean, absolutely. Anybody, any of the commissioners can drive by and see.
It looks like they're making progress.
Yeah. So
I mean, I see news sighting, and looks like work's progressing.
Oh, and he went away again. Yeah, I'm not sure how phone friendly WebEx is. I guess it depends on the phone. And yeah. Is there anything else I'm missing? Is there anything you want me to put under research committee specifically, Ian?
Nothing that you already have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like for me to send you, so it's not coming from me, send you a suggested motion language for that?
Yes,
Ian, for the African American survey?
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that staff is doing but will not be ready for the March meeting, but we plan to come up with some suggested motion language, kind of like we have for sort of like a motion cheat sheet for rezoning cases, similar to what we have for the COA committee, because we're seeing more and more of these, and it seems like there's each time it comes up, it seems like the new person is a little bit at a loss of exactly what the motion should be. So, I mean, of course, you wouldn't have to stick to it exactly. There's nothing in the code that says you have to make the motion, but we thought that might be helpful and make folks a little bit more comfortable when making the motions.
That'd be very helpful.
Okay. Yeah, again, it will not be for March, but it will be for April. So that is it for me. you saw the, I think, did she send it to all of us? Yeah, so you saw the email from Heather with her update, which she'll provide actually at the meeting. Yeah. Just sorry, look at the email from Nick. He's still trying. He may just need to give up soon. Short and sweet, unless there's something.
Does anybody else, any other committee members have anything that needs to be added? I'm not from nominations. If you could send us on Monday before our meeting on Tuesday, I'm not sure whether or not we will have recommendations to present to the commission by the,
Okay.
by the meeting, but we'll strive to do that.
Okay. Well, and if not, I think that's okay. If having it for April is in plenty of time. So, but yes, I will reach back out to the clerk's office, city clerk's office, and let her know
Okay.
that we do want to get them again on Monday and get them to you.
All right. Well, unless there's anything else that somebody wants to discuss, I think this pretty much does it. Were you going to say something, Katie?
I just said nothing on my end.
Oh, okay. All right, then. I will declare this meeting adjourned.